review time.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I really wanted to rave and review about this film, but it was cool. I watched it because it was a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
It didn't have the big connections to the other movies that I was hoping for.
Thanos in particular.
Yeah, or anything that pushes the whole Infinity War timeline. Um, got a cool, got a lot of cameos in it. So we'll talk about that during the spoiler section. But it was an okay movie. It was okay. I like the comedy in it. I like Drax.
Drax was great.
I like Baby Groot. I like Rocket.
Yeah. They're very likable characters.
Definitely.
And I think the problem with this film was it was just like, hey, here are your characters again.
Yeah.
And it really just didn't, without getting into spoilers, you have no idea, or you can telegraph it, but you have no idea what the fucking threat is in this movie.
The gold people?
They were a joke from the get-go.
The Sovereign.
They were a joke from the get-go. This movie, I wasn't as high on the original Guardians as he was.
Yeah, I love the OG Guardians. Guardians, the first one was awesome.
Yeah.
It was a good introduction to all the characters. I think all the characters were flushed out very well, and in this one they try to continue it, because now we know who they are. We know Drax's comedy, we know Rocket's temper, we know Groot's curiosity, and so on and so on. So it was just a really Star-Lord heavy movie.
Yeah.
So this time they really played into the lead instead of playing with all the characters.
More of an ensemble.
Equally, yeah. So it was definitely a lot of Star-Lord and, basically finding out who he was without going into spoilers and stuff like that.
Yeah, this Marvel suffers again when it comes to villains, in my opinion. There are some people that really enjoyed this villain. We'll talk about it more in the spoilers because it is a spoiler. But they're just not getting it right with the villains. They really aren't.
Yeah, I didn't like the villain. I didn't care. I didn't care for the fight. It sucked.
I will my biggest gripe with the original Guardians. One, I didn't really like the villain. Ronan, he forgettable. Just I don't give a shit. But the action does nothing for me in these films.
There's a lot of good. I think it's just it's nothing's gonna happen to the Guardians.
Yeah,
you know that.
I think
that's fact. It's there's no real stakes when it comes to these big battles. I think one of the things that I liked about the first one was there were kind of stakes in those battles.
Yeah.
Where people of the Nova planet, whatever it was, they were getting killed.
Yeah.
They were murdering people, and the Guardians were saving the galaxy. Visually you can see that. And this one, I guess they were because they were trying to defeat the villain. But
it's so thrown in at the oh, I forgot they're supposed to be saving the galaxy, and they just throw that shit in. Yeah. 40 minutes left in the movie. Yeah, when it comes to action, what I would have liked more, I would have enjoyed more Rocket up against some goons, maybe Drax.
Yeah.
Let Drax kick some ass, man.
Let him do something.
You know what I mean?
Let him do something. Bro got swallowed.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That was about it. I love me some Drax. I thought honestly, if it weren't for Drax and a few moments of Baby Groot, this movie would be a failure to me completely. Yeah. But
I don't know about failure, but
without those two,
I don't know about failure. It didn't have the connection that the first one had to the universe.
Right.
It didn't lead us on to anything for the future except for the couple of spoilers that they had in it. but it wasn't as world building as the first one was, and I think that's where a lot of people are gonna feel left off with.
Yeah,
because the first one was a lot of world building.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now we're going into cosmic stuff like that.
yeah,
Same thing like with Doctor Strange. You know, they're
Yeah.
building the magic world and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
yeah. And then a big part of this movie that like kind of just threw me off was just like every single character had an epiphany.
yeah,
It was just kind of like, so we're all doing this at this moment, right?
we're all
You know what I
learning-
mean? It's just like
we're all learning about each other
at the
and-
same fucking time.
at the same time.
And at different places where they're just like, you know,
Yeah,
it was just weird.
literally at the same time in different places.
In different places. And it's said aloud. And it's, yeah, I don't. It
You
was.
are like me.
Yeah.
I am like you.
Yeah.
I never understood your side of you. Oh. You know, it was just all right.
Yeah.
Again, and then sorry, Loki, for like the low energy right now. It's 3:00 in the morning.
It's 3:00 in the morning.
We just got back
Yeah.
from seeing this shit. It wasn't like,
And it was disappointing, you know? Because usually, like, if we see a midnight showing and the shit is dope, we definitely be a little more, you know? But it's kind of like, damn, we really got to talk about this right now, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about. I mean, I'd say I can't say not go see it though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Look, it's fun,
it's a fun film.
but you expect so much more.
I mean, it depends on how you want to go into the film. I'd say go in with your expectations lower,
Yeah.
and you'll be better.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, I would say, yeah, go check it out. I mean, like, it's definitely gonna be fun for kids.
If you're in the Marvel thing, man, you got to.
You're obligated.
You know.
But
I don't know if I'm able. Like, I couldn't say like wait for it to come out on
I
something.
mean, it's a great looking film.
Dude, visually this shit
Yeah.
was dope.
Look,
The one part in the end, that
Yeah.
shit was tight.
Yeah.
All the different colors and stuff. That shit was
Yeah.
cool.
I like, just so, as far as a grading system, I would give it like a B minus. You know what I mean? Which isn't terrible.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like on the borderline of okay. You know what I mean? But I still like enjoyed myself. But it's just like, I just kind of was just like, fuck. I mean, like, it's like everybody, let's give you all your characters, put them in a room, and let them interact with each other, and see how fun this is. And it's not a movie.
So overall, I guess what we're saying is like, if you're in this Marvel life, you gotta
gotta
go
live it.
see it.
You know? Yeah.
Same thing like if you're using the Fast and Furious life, you know what I mean? If you've seen it from one and been on, and you gotta
Yeah,
go
you
see
can't just
it.
stop seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
if you're expecting for it to be this big thing, then
yeah,
don't.
didn't do it for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll get into spoiler talk. There's a lot of spoilers, and we'll delve into what really.
Spoiler.
Yeah. We'll do a whole video.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fuck
Let's
it.
do one video. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck it. All right,
Yeah.
one video. Spoiler alert. Boom. You don't bring the villain in 40 minutes in and reveal him. Whether you gave us hints or not,
Bro.
the stakes don't matter at that point.
Bro's a planet.
Like, come on, fam.
Bro,
You know what I mean?
Planet.
Y'all got to do better than that.
He was a planet that went to human form to go fuck a gang of alien
Yeah.
bitches to try
What
to
the fuck?
find another celestial.
Crazy. It doesn't make sense.
After you spent the majority of this movie explaining how great of a guy this is, who's been looking for his long lost son,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh man, and then Peter goes like, no man, it's not real, man, it's not real, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, no man, let him in, bro,
Yeah.
let him in.
It's your father.
And then he let him, as soon as he let him in, he gets fucked.
Yeah, he gets fucked.
Trust issues, this is where they come from.
Yeah.
Right here.
But yeah, like, don't have this happen like when we're like damn near 2 hours into the film. I don't know how long this movie is, but it was just like so much shit had passed on, and I'm just kind of sitting there waiting, like, what the fuck's gonna happen? Like,
what is this?
Where is this? You know, you're the Guardians of the Galaxy. What are you guys gonna guard?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
what is the purpose?
Why are we here? That's what I was asking myself while I was watching this film. It's like, why am I here right now?
Yeah.
But, you know, there's a lot of people who say they liked Ego. Kurt Russell is charming.
Kurt Russell's good. I mean, like you said, he didn't do a bad job acting.
Yeah.
You know,
but it's just like...
you know, he turned, like... I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, it's just... you know what?
Like, that fight, like, as soon as that fight started, I literally fell asleep in the theater. And that's kind of savage.
Yeah.
But I was awake the whole time, and I saw that's who they were going to fight, and I was just like, oh.
Like, I don't give a shit.
You know what I'd rather would have seen? I'd rather seen the big fucking octopus monster
be the last fight.
The first fight.
Yeah.
I'd rather seen that fight, like, without the whole Godzilla fucking...
Yeah, you can't really see the fight. You're focusing on Baby Groot. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, you know...
I'm sorry to be turned down. I'm turned down.
Yeah, I wish we could be, like, super excited, but it's just, like, it's disappointing. And when that happens...
I wanted it to be so good.
Yeah.
I wanted to have, like... I definitely was expecting the Thanos thing, man, or something that was pumping
Gotta
up
give us Thanos, man. Come on.
Like, you gave us Thanos in the first movie. This is the one, like, okay, at least we get some Thanos with the fucking Guardians.
Like, bro, you could have at least shown us, like young Gamora, young Nebula fighting, you know, and Thanos watching over.
And I totally thought
just talking about that
Gamora and Nebula were gonna fucking just go on and fucking bond over fucking up their dad.
Yeah.
But nope.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
No. Yeah, it's just kind of, this movie is just...
Yondu was cool.
Yondu was dope.
He had a nice little arc in this, but in the end, I mean...
It's just...
I was your daddy.
Yeah.
You know?
I was just like, you really saying that right now?
All right.
You just gonna say that right now?
Yeah. You kind of used them for ravaging.
I liked his funeral. The funeral was nice.
The funeral was dope. That part was tight.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of Thor's mother when she passed.
Yeah.
You know, it was real nice. But yeah, I mean, this movie, it really suffers from really, like, not having anything, like, substantial for these motherfuckers to do until they realize 40 minutes before the movie ends that Ego is a dick. And he's trying to dick the whole universe.
Literally.
Literally.
Trying to dig down the whole universe.
Yeah, it's just, oh man, I just, it's very disappointing.
I don't know, man.
Drax was great. I loved Drax and Mantis, like the whole
that whole interaction.
That was funny as hell. Yeah, I heard, like, we saw one review where the guy was like, "Yeah, those jokes went on for too long." I was just like, I thought the shit was funny the whole time. It hit every time, you know. But yeah, it's just, other than that, I mean, Rocket's Rocket.
Yeah. Baby
Groot's adorable, you know. Yeah, Gamora's still sexy. I don't know. It's just, I don't... Give me something new. You know what I mean?
I don't even think it was just new. Just give us a real objective.
Yeah. Like
in the end, like, this entire movie, as sad as it to say, could have been, like, a pre-movie for, like, the real Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Bro,
you know
like,
what I mean?
really.
It could have been, like a little side movie, just like, oh, how Star-Lord's daddy.
Yeah.
Star-Lord and his daddy.
Yeah. No, it's just, you know, it's...
I mean, it didn't change anything with the Nova Corps. It didn't change anything for shit.
Why can't you give us Nova? You know what I mean?
Like, think about it, really. Like, all this movie did was kill Yondu.
it really served no other purpose.
Yeah, it serves
in the
nothing.
universe.
It changes nothing. It changes nothing with Infinity Stones. It changes nothing with everything.
I think
you meet the gold people,
right,
and then the gold people have Adam Warlock.
I think the only movie that was more useless than this movie compared to the whole MCU was probably Iron Man 3.
Captain America.
Iron Man 3.
Yeah, Captain America was a pretty terrible fucking movie.
It wasn't terrible, but at least it brought in the Tesseract and connected shit.
Yeah, sure.
Iron Man 3 didn't connect goddamn. Iron Man 3 told us Iron Man wasn't doing this shit no more, and then the nigga showed back up
Iron Man
in Avengers.
gave us the blueprint for the Hulkbuster, so
I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
They didn't give us the blueprint.
That was the blueprint for the Hulkbuster. It was the first Hulkbuster.
The one that held up a fucking...
Yeah.
No, fuck. That was stupid as hell. No, shit. Iron Man 3 was one of the most useless. It didn't connect to anything. It didn't give us anything.
We're not here to shit on Iron Man or Captain America.
Yeah, I'm just saying. As far as uselessness, okay?
Captain America is just useless.
Yeah, because he has the best trilogy out of all of them. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know, man. This was disappointing. They gave us Adam Warlock, but I'm hearing that we're not even going to see Adam Warlock until... Guardians 3.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Look, okay, if anybody read the Infinity War, the Infinity Gauntlet, you know that the trilogy, the motherfuckers that cooperated this whole thing, Silver Surfer, which we're not going to get because Fox are fucking fags.
Oh God, you and your fucking Silver Surfer, bro.
Look, Adam Warlock and Doctor Strange. Those three were key in Infinity War. Avengers were just like pawns. These were the motherfuckers that were sitting behind trying to play chess, trying to figure out how to fucking stop Thanos, alright? And now you're telling us, like, Adam Warlock's not till the third movie? And we're not going to see him in Infinity War?
Who knows? You might.
I mean, hopefully.
You might.
But,
you know,
I don't know, man. I'm nervous.
They said 4 years and past, the Groot's a teenager already.
Yeah. Well,
so, I mean, all sorts of shit could have happened.
That's true. I mean, hopefully we get Adam Warlock. Hopefully they get a great actor for him, too. Because you can't miss on Adam Warlock. You gotta
hit that.
You gotta hit that one hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean.
So what's next with the MCU?
We got Spider-Man, which looks promising.
Spider-Man, Thor, and then Infinity War, right?
No.
Black
Spider-Man,
Panther?
Thor, and then Black Panther is pretty much about a year from now, February 18th. And then we'll get Infinity War, I think,
after
in
Black
May.
Panther?
Huh?
After Black Panther?
Black Panther leads into Infinity War.
And then Ant-Man's after Infinity War?
Yeah. Ant-Man was.
What about
Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel, yeah.
Yeah, she's after the first Infinity War, and then part 2.
All right.
So, I mean, yeah. Looking forward to Spider-Man. I'm hoping that doesn't let me down.
Vulture actually looks really good. Right?
Vulture looks like he's going to be probably like one of the best villains.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
I hope so.
It's weird how like the best villains in Marvel are fucking Wilson Fisk.
Yeah.
It's what I will say.
Punisher's
not really the villain.
He's a villain.
He's the anti-hero. He's Deadpool, except it's no jokes with this nigga.
That's true. True that. True that.
But yeah, so we'll have Thor Ragnarok, which looks very promising.
Yeah, I finally saw the trailer today.
Yeah.
On the big screen.
Yeah.
That shit looks big.
Yeah.
That looks big.
The best part is when...
Yeah! That shit was so great. I know him.
Yes. Oh, man.
That's my nigga from work.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, I'm so looking forward to that. Funny, and then, so, yeah, that's it. All the cameos, though. We got another Stan Lee cameo.
Cameo.
With the Watchers.
Yeah. as a watcher.
He wasn't a watcher. He was just with the watchers.
Could be.
If he was the watcher, he'd have a huge. Like, it'd have been dope if they walked away and then he turned into like the watcher. Yeah. That'd have been dope as fuck. But
we got Sylvester Stallone as a Ravager, Ving Rhames as a Ravager.
Howard the Duck made an appearance.
Yeah, Howard Duck.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff was
out of nowhere,
just randomly, looking for a check.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, that was it was a weird end credit sequence too.
Yeah,
it was just like okay, is this one of them or is this one of them? No, maybe this is one. It was just like, all right.
Yeah, because usually, like with the Marvel ones, you kind of like you stop the trailer, and then you get your scene.
Yeah,
and then go. But this one was kind of like in and out.
Yeah,
it was like 5 little scenes throughout the whole credits. So.
Yeah, but let us know what you guys think.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. I mean, if you guys liked it. We'd love to, debate.
Talk to you about it,
yeah. So that's gonna be it for us. We'll see y'all in the next movie. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I don't know what's coming out.
We need more movies.
I definitely want to see Baywatch. That shit looks funny.
We should have went to go see The fucking Circle.
No, I heard that was trash.
I know it's gonna be trash, but I mean,
no, I don't want to see John Boyega in that light. I don't want to see him in a trash movie. He's hitting every movie I've seen him in. I'm a John Boyega fan. Just saying, Imperial Dreams was dope. He made me cry.
Bitch.
I am a bitch.
I didn't mean that.
I am. Hey, look. I'm a softie, man.
Hey.
I'm a softie. I start to cry in movies now. I hate it.
I gotta be in court in like 3 hours.
Well, on that note, deuces.